And there he is.
Good evening.
How are you, son? You okay?
Oh, young Jones, you well?
Yeah, not too bad. So, anyone who's watching this, just to explain, this is Paul Strand, who's a big Liverpool fan, and my cousin as well. And Paul will feature as part of the LFC family podcast, which we'll be doing next Tuesday night, won't it, mate? Yeah?
Definitely, mate. I thought I'd sit in a good...
Oh, are you? So, what I wanted to do was, obviously Liverpool played Ajax last night, and I was quite excited this morning. It wasn't the most amazing performance, but just the fact that we got through and we had a bit of a scratch team out. And I just wondered what you thought of the performance and the lineup to start with, and then we'll break down into the individual performance. What did you think?
Well, do you know what? For me, mate, it was a bit of a weird one because it's the first time I've watched the Liverpool game and been really nervous for a long time. So obviously we had a poor game the week before at Atlanta at home, and then you just kind of write it off as one of them. Bit of a feeling sort of after the Villa game when we got made, and it was almost a bit of a shock. It wasn't one of disappointment. It was just a real sort of freak, if you will. So that was my sort of general feeling after the Atlanta game last week. And I was fully convinced we'd come back against Brighton and, 3-4-0 made of a really good game, really good performance. Don't think we played badly against Brighton, but, I'd struggled to find anyone who was happy after the game. So going into this last night, it was almost a case of, A, we were due a performance and we need to get it over the line. But B, more importantly, we need to go through. And if we get beat or don't play well, and you're almost straight away under pressure again. So
yeah,
it was really, really nice just to get over the line. After the game, reflecting on it, wasn't the most amazing game as you just said. It wasn't one for the eye, but it was lovely to get over the line. And obviously, them guys drawing was perfect for us. Kenn7 and Atlanta. So yeah, job done. So I'm looking forward to the Bulls. Hopefully, we're going to get that really good performance now on the weekend.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, mate. We've been very spoiled of late, haven't we? So,
yeah. For a long time.
You almost expect us to just go out and murder people every week, and it's not going to be the case, is it? So when we have little periods like this, you just can't wait to get out of them. But again, it's all rosy.
When you saw the team lineup last night, what did you think?
I was happy to see Henderson back in there. Yeah. Really happy to see Endo back. I kind of expected him to obviously play a few of the young lads because we just haven't got it at the moment. We haven't got the numbers, have we? So kind of expected Nico Williams to start fullback. Kind of expected Curtis Jones to be in there. It's made up we had sort of Jota, Mane and Salah playing up front. That was the big one. But yeah, I was kind of expecting something along them lines, to be honest.
The goalkeeper?
Well, that was the obvious shock, wasn't it? There was a few rumours beforehand. Yeah, Keller was the big shock. And do you know what? Funny enough, I mean, I don't watch as many sort of under-23s as you. You said he's had a great season, didn't you? In the under-23s, he's been really good.
He's looked like a talent, to be fair, in the 23s.
So the last time I think I seen him was Villa, when we shipped 5 in, and he was absolutely atrocious. I actually felt sorry for the kid because I think he just come in, and it was a big. I think he come in and obviously come right into the first team. I think that was his first performance in the first team. He struggled. He had a poor game. He made a few mistakes, and there was a few bits that went wrong that wasn't really at fault. But yeah, he really struggled. So I mean, on that note, it was just phenomenal to see last night. Although he didn't have a hell of a lot to do, everything that he had to do, he done really well.
His distribution with the ball was the thing that stood out for me.
Phenomenal, yeah. There was, I think there was one where was it Mane in the second half where he threw it to him. He must have threw it to the halfway line. It just waited perfectly right on his left foot. Yeah. But yeah, really, really impressive.
Any other players that stood out for you in the team?
So I talked about Nico Williams there. I think I texted you during the Brighton game. I won't go into too much detail what I said. But
I was going to pull you on that, but I thought I won't bother. But you brought it up, so
I thought you might. I'm going to say this, and maybe people watching will think I'm having a go at him here, but I'm really not. And you know what I mean by this. He reminds me of Albi Moreno a lot. Right. Now, I liked Albi Moreno a lot. No, you did. We had these conversations. He had so many aspects to his game what were impressive. He's good. He was great in the tackle. He was quick, but he never had a footballing brain, did he?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like Nico Williams looks like he's got all the tools, but he's getting caught out a lot. But one thing I would say is obviously Nico Williams is still a young lad. Albi Moreno's been like I think he was 25 when he left Ronnie, so he was never really, if you haven't got it by that point, you're never really going to get it.
Yeah, of course.
So Nico Williams, you know, even though he played poorly in the weekend and poorly against Brighton, you know, you still can't vilify him that much. It's just a case of he's not ready yet. He needs more experience.
Yeah, of course.
But watching him last night, positionally was fantastic, and I think that was the difference. I wouldn't say he played, you know, I wouldn't say he played poorly on the weekend and then he was great last night. I just think positionally he just read the game better and he's in the right positions. But
I think last night as well he was allowed space to run into, whereas at Brighton they closed him down very quickly, didn't they? Their wing back closed him down very quickly, and his only option was going forward. And if you limit that, that's half of his game gone straight away. You know, if he can't contribute going forward, then he can't show himself.
Mate, I think you're back.
I just lost you there. So who else? I mean, obviously Curtis Jones gets the goal. You know, he's been phenomenal since he's come in. He's very much a squad player. Jurgen even said in his interview that he sees Curtis Jones as a player now, not as a young player. Mate, what did you think of his performance?
I love him. I love Curtis Jones. Honest to God, every time I watch him, he just looks so comfortable in there, as you just rightly said there. Some of Jurgen's sentiments on him. He's just like a first team player. You don't look at him as like a youth player now. He's so confident. And I promise I'm not making this comparison, but he's Gerrard-esque in the way, in terms of his confidence levels and how he comes onto the pitch. And, you know, Gerrard from a very young age looked like he was just a first team footballer at like 19, 20. And he's the same for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's phenomenal. Do you know what was weird? I watched the goal. And I don't know whether this is sort of VAR kicking in my head every time we score, but I was thinking, he's not offside, is he? And I was waiting for it to replay.
It's horrible, isn't it?
10 yards onside.
It's horrible, isn't it? It's absolutely horrible. What about
I couldn't even celebrate it. I was watching. It was like, we scored, haven't they? And I was like, just wait.
just hang on. Yeah.
But the finish was incredible. I lost you again. And he's
I've got you back.
No, you're back. Yeah, he's obviously sorry, mate. I'm upset. I'll go downstairs next time. I think the bandwidth's not great. He was. He must have been anticipating the keeper getting a little nick on it as well. So obviously that puts you off at times. And it was such an acute angle, wasn't it?
Great finish, wasn't it? It really was.
Finish.
Yeah.
Finish.
What about any of the older players? I thought in particular Gini Wijnaldum was outstanding, considering how many games he's played.
Played well. To be fair, I thought Fabinho was good at the moment.
Yeah.
We'll have a little one.
Yeah, that's better. Do
you know what, mate? It was for me. It was just a phenomenal to see that the three lads that we talked about. I mean, obviously, as I've just said, Curtis is fantastic a lot of the time, but in particular, there's two lads there who've had criticism, struggled. Particularly Nico Williams jumped through in their last couple of weeks, and they've shone. And really, really, you know, they'll be on top of the world today, won't they? Just qualified.
Are you back, mate?
I'm back.
There you are.
Sorry, mate. I've been having bandwidth issues all day.
No worries.
Yeah, so I mean, just to close, I'd say, you know, if you were going to say man of the match, it's a real tough one between Keller and. But I'd have to go Nico, just for me personally, giving him a hard time last couple of days.
Yeah, you're big enough to admit it, so that's fine.
What? I did bless him. I give him a bit of a hard time, mainly frustration the way the game was going on the weekend. But
I know what you're like. You're so emotional when you watch the game, and I know what you're like. So that's why I didn't react. Although I was going to say a 19-year-old is finished after 5 performances. What a time to be alive!
Yeah,
but
frustration. But just, you know what, mate? I was happier than anyone to let him prove me wrong last night, and it was good to see. As I say, I'm not just saying this in hindsight. He's got all the tools, and he's going to be a good player. But I thought even last night when he started and the other week, I thought he's going to have to go out on loan. But maybe this might just give him a bit of a kick that he needs. Maybe a few more sessions with the team, a few more sessions with Jurgen, and that little side of his game positionally. Maybe he's worked a few things out in his own mind, and just kick on from now. Hopefully, so anyway.
Of course, yeah. Oh well, nice one, mate. It was lovely to talk to you. And are you looking forward to your debut on the LFC Family Podcast next week?
Can't wait, mate. I'll have to find somewhere a bit better for bandwidth.
We need to sort that out.
You know what? I've had the same issue with work all day, so I'll get that fixed. But can't wait.
Right.
Can't wait.
Next Tuesday, so it should be out Tuesday night. Yeah.
Superb.
Brilliant. All right, you take care, Paul.
Awesome to chat, mate. Take care.
Nice one. Take it easy. Bye bye.
Bye bye.